Are you ready for the truth? Because this episode is going to bless your hearts. This episode is ridiculously open and honest. It's a conversation about a couple who adopt 2 children who have medical needs, and all they want to do is love them. All they want to do is protect them. All they want to do is make sure they're safe and well taken care of. And then there comes a time when there's hiccups, when there's painful conversations, and things get raw. This episode is going to dive into fostering and adoption children who do not look like you nor behave like you. You don't want to miss this, and make sure you share this episode with all of your friends and all of your family who are considering adoption and living in it right now today. This is so good. Don't miss it. Oh my goodness, Teresa. How long has it been? Like, you and my husband were in the entrepreneurial class at Catapult when we were still in the basement at Bank of America. When was that?
Well, Helper turned 6 years. So 6.5, I'll say 6, let's say 6.5 years.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Girl.
I know.
Seriously.
I know. Look at us, both of us.
What in the world?
I know.
How has that been, starting an agency, really?
Yes,
an employment agency from scratch?
It's evolved that way.
Yes.
It's been amazing. I definitely did not dream big enough.
Okay.
I didn't give confidence is not something I've always had.
Okay.
And just growing more and understanding your skill set, what you have to offer. I mean, it's what I tell all my helpers.
Yes.
So it's like a lot of healing in the way for me of like, look what you did, look what you built, look what you're growing.
Yeah.
And you're more confident in understanding, what you're doing and why you're doing it.
How in the world did you come up with the name Helper with that play on the words? How did you come up with that?
I love helping.
Okay.
I've always loved helping people.
Mm-hmm.
I've always just seen needs, always been empathetic, a very sensitive kid growing up.
Uh-huh.
And I love helping.
So that is so cool, because I'm thinking, you just mentioned not having the confidence early on, and you're growing this thing. You didn't think big enough. From a little child, you can remember just wanting to help and just loving to help. But honey, starting a business and growing it, you're going to have some courage from somewhere coming from somewhere within you.
Yes.
And I believe many times it's been there all the time.
Yes.
We don't cultivate it.
Yes. I see it now.
Yes.
I see it. I can look back, the things that we tell our friends and our family members and people that we love. Mm-hmm. We need to talk to ourselves that way.
Yes.
Because, I'm like, I say I'm not confident, but if you look at my timeline of my life.
You got receipts, honey.
Yes, I have yes, I love that.
You got receipts.
There's too many times of me taking a risk or doing something that's a little out of the ordinary.
That's courageous behavior.
Yeah.
That is, and again, we don't choose ourselves.
Yeah.
And we'll see somebody else doing it and going, oh, you're so courageous. You're so oh my gosh, you're so brave. But if you're not speaking to yourself that way,
correct.
Oh my goodness, what a disservice.
Yeah, correct.
What a disservice.
Correct.
And so we want to do better about living the behavior of speaking well of ourselves too.
Yes, yes.
Because
absolutely.
like you, we have little people watching us. Yeah. They're big people now, but when you have your kids watching you and you're speaking well of them, but they're watching you not speak well of yourself.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
We're sending 2 signals.
Yeah.
And as parents, we get upset when they're not doing it the way we think they should, because we don't see ourselves in the same light.
Yeah.
That we see them.
Absolutely.
Or others.
Absolutely.
Until we start doing that.
Yeah.
Until we start doing it.
Yeah.
So why an employment agency for women?
I came to Lakeland for a degree in communications.
Mm-hmm.
I was very fortunate that I got a job the day I graduated college.
Yeah.
I worked for 8 years in a community relations department and loved it. We grew our family, had our son, then we adopted twice. And then through that, there was, separation anxiety. There was a lot of things that made my husband and I say, okay, one of us needs to stay home.
Right.
And I don't know why, but it was me.
Yes.
And it was hard, but it was the right choice. But it was so hard for me.
Yes.
So went through that and navigated that for a good, probably at least a year of just do I feel valued, and what is my role? And
yes.
how do I prove my worth? And nobody would, again, what you said, nobody, my husband never asked what I did for the day or anything like that, but I just put all this stuff in me.
Yeah.
I had to untune all of that out and then just really understand the value of what I was doing. And when my husband sold his business after 7 years,
yes,
I like to say he asked me the most romantic question. And he said,
wait for it.
Yeah, we went and had brunch, and he sold his business, and he said, what is a dream of yours that we can pursue together?
That's very romantic.
I was just like, oh, I didn't think that's what we were going to talk about.
From being unseen and not embraced or, just lavishing that attention on you to him finally saying, I'm exhaling now. It's your time to breathe.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And he's always been my cheerleader.
Yes.
And so I said, well, I've got this idea and I don't know, but I want to work, but at my availability. I want to still volunteer at school once a week. I want to be able to pick up my kids from school. We've made this, our family the way designed for the schedule of how we feel like it's going to support the kids.
Yes.
But there's something in me that I can still offer to the world.
Absolutely.
And I think there's other women like me. And I was like, so, as you being an entrepreneur and small business owner, I saw that everybody else needed help.
Yes.
But they couldn't hire somebody full-time because of financial constraints.
That's right.
Couldn't hire somebody part-time because they didn't have enough consistent work.
That's right.
But they need someone for a project or an event or I called myself a Tuesday girl.
Okay.
That's how I started it. And I said,
that.
let me help you this Tuesday. And if next Tuesday it's not busy, that's fine. But I commit to you that the next Tuesday I'm there and we'll, And so then I was just like, I think there's other women. And so my husband really encouraged me. He's like, take this class.
Yes.
It's a 9-week course.
Yep.
And you can just go in and be curious and just see.
Yeah.
And I took that course and they didn't want me to be curious.
Right.
They wanted me in 9 weeks to pitch my business.
Yes, I remember.
And I'm a good student.
Yeah.
So I did it.
Yeah.
And we launched January 9th, 2020.
Yeah.
And with 12 ladies, 2 of them I knew, the rest I did not.
Yeah.
And we all had to trust each other. And I believe that so many women are unseen. So many women say yes when they should say no. They apologize too much and we don't set good boundaries. But what if we set good boundaries and we can offer the skills, that we can when we can?
I can only imagine the different types of women you come into contact with different levels of ability, different types of skill sets.
Yes.
Different silent pains.
Yes.
Different all types of things. And of course, here on the Apology Podcast, the whole foundation is, getting the healing and the freedom you need because you're going to choose that's what you want.
Right.
You're going to decide that healing is your portion and you can pursue that despite the apology they owe you. But you're going to live in such a way they don't owe you anything. You're good because you're well able to do everything you need to do unapologetically and without grudge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Living free and full with purpose. And so when you see that many women, how many do you have registered right now?
We have about 80 active ladies that when someone comes into our app and asks for help, they're available.
Wow.
We've had over 200.
Right.
I always say when I meet a helper, I put my hands out and I say, I don't know how long we'll be together.
Mm-hmm.
Different seasons. A lot of times clients come in.
Yeah.
They get help and then they're meant to be.
Yes.
It's so,
yes.
I'm like, my job is very magical. My job is like, I get to be, I selfishly a part of it.
Yes.
Like, this client was supposed to meet her, vice versa.
Yes.
The connection is so good.
Mm-hmm.
She can pay her an hourly rate at this much, which is more than me.
Yes.
And go.
Yes.
Go.
Yes.
And
I mean, but when it comes to purpose and the helper, that is the foundation of who you are, not what you do. So you get to become more and more yourself.
Yeah.
With every connection like that. That is magical to me.
Yeah.
That's,
right.
I mean, that's life-changing.
Yes.
And it's so inspirational because you're living what you came up with. It was in you the whole time. But you put paper and pencil together, learned something you've never learned before, 9 weeks of this. And I'm sure there were several holes of hell that you've had to come through as you have climbed that mountain, seen it at the very top, and now you're at 80 and probably going to level off here for a while, you know, until something, you know, different comes along in the climate that we're in.
Yeah, the ebb and flow, I call it.
And so you talk about, you know, ebb and flow, and then you mention, of course, the lack of confidence. And I need you to just watch your confession, honey, because that's the last thing you need to be worried about.
Thank you.
Seriously, because there's no way you can be confident and grow a business. Lack the confidence. You can't lack confidence and grow a business. It doesn't work that way, especially in the world you're in. Bringing people together, bringing women together, all those hormones, girl, oh Lord have mercy. All of those histories, all of those science, you know, the science of even bringing that together, and all of that energy, you know, and so the intrinsic part of you. Do you believe that's how you guys got to a point where you were adopting? How did that happen?
Yeah. Look, like you said, looking back, it always makes sense. We had our son. I had to have an emergency C-section. 3 months later, I was having surgery to remove my gallbladder. 3 months later, I was getting a thyroid nodule removed. So within 6 months, I had 3 major surgeries. And so I jokingly, but it was serious, but I jokingly told my husband, I don't think my body can do this again.
Likes having, You
know, maybe we should adopt. Maybe when we, you know, if we want to grow our family.
Right.
And then that was just like a line and we moved on.
Done.
And our son, Cademan, my husband called him Thanksgiving meal. He was perfect, easy baby.
Yes.
Just so easy. So whenever I would talk about growing our family, he would say, you don't talk about what you're going to eat while you're at the Thanksgiving table. He's like, everything's so good. Why are we talking about, you know?
Yes.
But I really, you know, got that conversation going about growing the family. And so then he remembered and he said, so we're going to adopt. And I was just like, oh, I don't know. That sounds scary.
Yeah.
And unknown. And so by, you know, divine intervention, which I believe just so many coincidences.
Yes.
Literally within 2 weeks.
Wow.
We met an adoptive mom who told me about Heartland for Children in Bartow and Polk County. Learned about Florida, adoption in Florida, the state. It just, there were so many different things.
Yes.
And so I just called. And I remember the lady saying, it sounds like you are interested in adopting. Do you want me to send you paperwork? And I said, yeah, I guess I am.
Yeah.
And so
Now, how old was Cademan when you guys started the process?
He was about 1.5.
Okay.
And so we decided collectively, my husband and I were like, okay, we're going to go to these classes.
Yeah.
And we're just going to take one class at a time and evaluate and say, do we think we can do this? Do
Check
you feel
your
like
heart.
this is right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time we left, we just were like, yeah, they really empower you.
Of course. They gas you up, honey.
Yes. And you feel like love can win.
Wow. And you it's not comical, but because they want to get these kids in homes in such a way that they make you feel like you can save the world.
Yes.
And then reality hits. But you did a double whammy.
Yes. So yeah.
And so you know, not just any old adoption. You did adoption, and then you did children of color and medical.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they really gassed you up, and you believed the hype.
It's true. They did. And you know, and we were put in a little certain circumstances that our hearts just kept on getting bigger. And we kept on asking, if it's not us,
then who?
Mm-hmm. And so we said yes. And our yes was very strong and confident when we met Stefan.
Sure.
And he was everything opposite of Cademan.
Yes.
He was loud and all that. And still
How
somehow,
old was he?
2.5.
Okay.
14 days apart from Cademan.
Okay.
And so still with that, I was like, well, maybe we, after adopting him, the final adoption.
How old was he then?
At that time, then the final was 2.5.
Okay.
2.5. And
so you had him before then?
Yeah.
So did you sort of, what they do, like foster, or it's temporary until everything is final? How does that work?
So they do a really good job where you're meeting the child one-on-one. Well, I should say one-on-one, but also with a lot of people looking at you, like caseworkers and foster moms and all that. Then it's weekend play dates, so incorporating the family. So then we're bringing Cademan. And then it's a lot of weekend play dates, then leading to like sleepovers.
Okay.
And then it's like, okay, I don't know what divorce feels like, but that's what it kind of felt like. It was like, okay, is this really healthy of him going back and forth?
Yes.
And so that's when we were really pretty strong advocates of like, okay, he needs to be in the home at all times. And you really kind of push and advocate for that.
Yeah.
And so then, he was there. And then you wait quite a bit until you can like officially adopt, new birth certificate, things like that.
Gotcha.
But it was short. It feels crazy to say, but it was shortly after that I was just like, well, I still had baby fever. You know, we have now 2.5-year-olds.
Wow.
And
that are polar opposite.
Polar opposite.
It's like having fraternal twins.
They were, yes, they were like this.
Yeah.
And it was loud, but they really, really loved each other. And so you say that quietly, but my husband was just like on it. And he's always been that person where you like, if you say something, you got to be very careful.
Yeah.
Because they're going to run.
Yeah.
I think you're like that.
Yeah.
And so I've always known, like, be careful what you say. But it was kind of like.
I know better now. I pray about it first.
And and so my husband quickly found our daughter.
Wow.
And she was in Fort Lauderdale. And he was like, I found our daughter. She's the same age as the boys. But she has the same medical condition. We know the doctors, we know the medicine. They'll always have each other. They, they both are Black, and they'll have each other. He sold it really well, and it made perfect sense.
It made sense. Yeah. Then.
It made perfect sense.
Yeah.
And we went and we met her, and she, I say, is the glue.
Yeah.
She just glued us together.
Yeah.
And he was right. They do have each other. They do have this. They can look at each other and say, "I'm not alone." Like in this experience.
Yeah. And so, how old are they now?
So now they'll be 20 this year.
Golly, that was quick.
I know.
Seriously?
They'll be 20 this year.
20 years old?
I know. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Because I think when I started Helper, they were in middle school.
That went quickly.
Very. Very.
How in the world do you navigate with your white family adopting 2 Black kids with medical necessities?
Yeah.
In your lane? How do you do that? How did you do that?
Man, it was, we were strong in the sense like, this is what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we're doing it. We really want your support.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have questions, of course, we're here and to educate and all of those different things.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of put this big line in the sand and was like, if you accept Cademan, then you accept all three.
Yes.
And it wasn't like we needed to have that conversation, but also it was like, we need to have that conversation.
Sure.
And
because you're going to go out in public with them too.
Oh, yes.
And you're going to hear the comments and,
Yeah.
in whatever community you're in.
Yeah.
How did you guys navigate that? As adults, you can navigate it one way, but as children, how did you help them through that navigating?
Yeah. I thought we were doing a good job until maybe it was in kindergarten class. I remember volunteering and
get ready for this.
Oh no. And it was just, this little boy was just like, this white little boy was like, Rakai, that's your mom, And it was like, all of a sudden I got slapped and I was like, oh, like, am I embarrassing her? Am I like, all these different things. And, I thought that we had these conversations and we really, we've always been a family of, I love people. So I have so many friends.
Yes.
So many different people.
Yes.
And
ethnicities, races.
And just bringing people in and learn how to do hair. I mean, everything. Yes. But I was like, it's like little moments where you're like, oh, I'm still, I'm the white mom.
Yeah.
And, it was interesting because it didn't knock her off, which that is so her.
Yes, yes.
But it really knocked me.
Yes.
And I just really had to be like, you really need to keep this in check.
Yeah.
Yes. You really need to keep this in check.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then on the other side, I can't speak fully for him, but Cademan is a white boy.
Yeah.
And, they were all the same age, same grade.
Yes. Yes.
Same classes.
Yeah.
So, I know that he felt that too. Is like, wait a minute, those are your brother and sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was a lot, I think, of everybody having to navigate
that. Yes. Because I was gonna say with Cademan, first of all, not having the medical background, the brain chemistry is totally different.
Yes.
And now you bring in race.
Yes.
And now you bring in a girl.
Yes. Yes.
And we're all the same age.
Yes.
And we're going to have to navigate this life. And so, I believe so many times that parents like you guys came in with the right heart, with the right mindset, and then there's a different reality.
Absolutely. The fairy tale ends, the honeymoon ends.
Yes. Yes.
And we had a long fairy tale.
Yeah.
We had a lot of years of fairy tale.
Yes.
And nothing being a problem until it is.
Yes.
And, then you start seeing things and you're realizing, man, I don't have the medical history. I don't have the answers to these things.
Right.
So obviously you are adopted. So we're going to talk about that immediately. And, I am an advocate for over communicating to our kids.
Yeah.
And I tried my best to just always, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So it's safe to talk to me about it.
Sure.
But I also, I know you're navigating emotions that you probably don't want to tell me. Because maybe you don't understand them, or also maybe you don't want to hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
So it was always those kind of things too.
So when you are in the adoption process and these people are watching you because you got these play dates and you got, this thing, how are you going to get along with them? How are the kids getting along? Is there any type of counseling or therapy, for you guys, for the children? Does that continue after adoption so that the matriculation process is ongoing? How does that work?
Yes. Thankfully, counseling, there's opportunities to reach out for those services. And we certainly did that.
Yeah.
Probably like at around age 8 or 9. That's when it started.
Yeah.
And that's when you realize, man, I need more tools in my tool belt.
Yes. Because they're older now.
Yes.
And their peers are dumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like their parents aren't teaching them, and you can tell because of the things they're saying and their behavior and the questions they're asking.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be able to navigate that well because you're not giving them the language.
Right.
Because you're still in the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
I took these kids out of these critical situations, brought them to our home where they are loved and safe and taken care of. And just because I don't like the reality doesn't mean that the reality ain't real.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah.
In real time, they are challenged in how they're seeing themselves, their biological, and now this world from a white perspective, not a Black perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And your navigation looked like?
A lot of apologies and resets, I will say. I think that's the theme of our family is just...
What did you apologize? What was the apology made up of?
Man, it could be anything from, let's start this conversation over again because I'm assuming something and you're assuming something.
Yes, yes.
To... It could be, oh man, I'm drawing a blank, but I wanted them to feel that they could be completely honest and real and say their truth.
Yes, yes.
And honestly, I might have given them too much credit to even, like you said, to even think that they even understood.
Right. Yeah. How would they articulate it?
Right. Right.
When in their minds, how do I say, I love you for taking care of me, but I want to know where my Black mom is.
Yes, absolutely.
Or Cateman saying, I love my sister and my brother, but I don't want to be hassled at school. Yeah. I just want a regular old life with my white family.
Yes, yes. The introvert got the beat of it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
And so mentally and even intellectually, the struggles are going to start. Yeah. And they're going to ruminate without words. And I know the power, the power of speaking is a game changer. Yeah. How did you navigate that for Cademan when you saw the struggles? Yeah. And you could see, golly, I know he loves them and they love him, but this race thing is huge. Yeah. This behavior thing is huge. Yeah. Because you've got medical stuff, non-medical stuff. Yeah. Before you came, I was the only one. Right. Now there's two of y'all. Right. Right. And your hair ain't like mine. Right. Yes. You know? You don't like the music I like. You don't like the cartoons I like. You don't sit down and be quiet the way I will. Yeah. Yeah. And not that biological families don't go through this. Yes. But the race piece, especially in the world we live in, is blown out of proportion sometimes because there's no mentoring. Yes. Yeah. The lack of mentoring, they should have immediately put you with another white family that adopted, Black children, right? Or put you with a mentor of some sort from the Black community to say, this is, I'm here for you. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's plan this. Let's plan that. Let's prepare for this. Let's, do this for Cademan so that he knows he's seen, because every one of them have their own lived experience. Yeah. Absolutely. But as a unit, you want to bring it all in, bring it in, like we're a team. Yeah. But the team is fractured from the beginning. Yeah. Because of the adoption thing and then the race. Yeah. Yeah. How did you bring that in, or are you still bringing it in? Yeah, I think we're still bringing it in, and
will always be bringing it in.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And again, just I over communicate, but I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of my kids, they know my heart, they know my intention. They, you know, I have said things to them that I thought I would never say.
Sure.
Like, even like, I'm like, I don't know if this actually is healthy and the right thing to say, but I'm going to tell you the deep, dark, scary thing out loud, because maybe you're feeling it
That's
too.
Right.
And then you'll understand our intentions, you know.
So that leads me to personal authority and choosing you.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel to get that scary thing out?
It's very freeing.
Yes.
It's very freeing.
Yes.
It's very freeing because like I said, we started therapy probably 8, 9. And at one point, all of us have been in therapy.
Oh, yeah.
Some stay in, some stay out, some, return.
Yes.
And I have all these little golden nuggets,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
And you think that too, or at least I think, okay, I figured it out. Right?
Girl.
No.
Yeah.
Like the root, like the root keeps on coming back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you have more work to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, man, I really thought I understood this lesson.
But that is because if we figure that we've arrived at a thing, we don't want to stop growing.
Yeah.
And we don't want to stop learning.
Right.
But you have embodied personal authority, courageous behavior, all of the things. And so if you're freeing yourself, if you're saying the thing, that dark, scary, whatever that may be, you're letting them know they can too.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And it is so good.
Absolutely.
It is so good to do so.
Yeah.
Because if it stays in here, it's going to whip your butt.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's going to beat you up and it's going to spit you out,
Yeah.
And so the personal authority of, okay, I am going to adopt not 1, but 2 Black kids, medical adoptions to my perfect 1-child family. My husband's good. I'm good. Baby's good. But I'm not going to birth any more children. But you are.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yes. Yeah. Very.
It's just different.
Yeah.
And so how would you want the next white family or Black family, because I have very, very dear friends who are Black family who adopted a white baby, and it was just like you. The last in vitro didn't work, and they just started saying, this baby's going to come another way.
Yeah.
And our hearts are ready. We're not going to do that anymore. And I'm telling you, I believe it was in 2 weeks.
Wow.
There was a situation at a daycare of one of her coworkers. The mother dropped the baby off at the daycare. She had been casing this woman's home daycare and dropped the baby off there. I believe he was 2 months old. And they called, she calls the daycare owner, calls her, the lady who's coworker with one of my my friend.
Yeah.
And she says, the strange thing has happened, I need to call the police, whatever. And so she said, hold up, wait a minute. Before you do all that, I've got my coworker here. Find out what the law is, what needs to be done, and if they can temporarily take the baby while things are being worked out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So said child is 8 years old now. Of course, they didn't have any, they didn't adopt anymore or foster anymore. And they are in a part of Carolina.
Oh.
They are in a part of South Carolina, honey. And Oh, goodness.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary.
And so what would you say,
It's
though,
scary.
if you could become a mentor
Okay.
to you know, you and your husband,
Yeah.
to white families that said, I don't care about color.
Yeah.
If they just happen to be black kids, then, you know, that's fine too. I don't
Yeah.
care. What would you say to them to do the first thing? What's the first thing you would say?
Well, not recently, probably it's been a few years now, but I had an acquaintance who was going through the adoption process, and she wanted to know why I thought as a white person that was even an option to adopt a black person. And
Wow.
I thought that's exactly what I should have asked myself. I said, you're on the right path. Because I thought love could win, you know, and I don't regret our decision. They are my children. I love them just as much as Cademan.
Sure.
I mean, they're my children.
Yes,
like
yes.
I couldn't pick, like, you know,
Yeah,
all those
yeah,
different things.
Yeah.
But I do wish that I would have asked that question. Just to, you don't know what you don't know.
What makes you think as a white person you should be adopting a black child?
Yeah, and just the system. I don't know if we have much time, but the
Sure.
system. So after we adopted, my heart still was like, you see so many children waiting.
I know. Yeah.
So I became a guardian ad litem, and
Yes.
I did that for 10 years
Yes.
because I wanted once you see, you can't unsee.
That's right.
And I wanted my foot. I'm like, I don't feel like we should be adopting anymore, but
Right.
this is how I can still advocate for
Right,
children that
right.
they need an advocate. And just being in that system, there's just it's broken.
Yeah.
And, you know, I wish that Stefan and Rakai's birth moms, whatever their stories are for why their rights were terminated, I wish that, even though I feel like some of them had more time than they needed, but I wish maybe they still needed more time. I wish that maybe a family member could have, you know, I don't know, like you could go through, and this is my over communication.
Yeah.
That eventually when they were in high school that I had with them, and I said, you know, I want to be real and honest with you. And this is probably the conversation that I felt like I never would have said. Definitely like the Teresa that was in the adoption class. I'm like, I would never have said this.
Yeah.
But here you are. And I would say, I thought love wins. Your dad and I just wanted to love you. And we thought that would be enough. It's clear that I can't heal you completely. It's clear that I will be here as your cheerleader and I'll be rooting you on, but there is so much work that you have to do. And I can't even make you do that.
Right. Right.
And I want that for you. And, you know, the truth is, you know, maybe things should have been different in how you were placed or all of those things. And I'm sorry. And also, I need you to know that everyone that orchestrated our family to be together had the right intentions and the right heart.
Yeah.
And we didn't know what we didn't know.
Right.
And I honor that. I say that out loud.
Yes.
I love you. And I know that through adoption actually brought some brokenness to you. Yeah. And I'm here. I'm not going to leave you.
Yeah. And honestly, golly, what's really 1000% real is biological families have the same conversation.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what I have to tell my Cademan, my white one, when you were talking. Like, like I've had to tell him so many times, like, this looks like a little tornado right now, but I promise you, how I grew up, there was a tornado.
Oh, yeah.
I promise you,
oh, yes.
every family.
Yes. Had nothing
family,
to do with foster care.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with adoption. It was hellish, honey.
Yeah. Every family, there's no perfect family.
Yeah.
There is something that everyone has to work on.
Right.
There's no perfect person.
And there must be a personal decision made to heal what hurt you?
Yeah.
How are they doing with understanding and embracing that construct?
Right now, I think everyone is doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
Really well. And that's probably the first time I could say that.
Okay. I appreciate that.
It really, truly, it's probably the first time
Mm-hmm.
that I could really say that.
Yeah.
Because, when they're little toddlers,
Mhm, mhm.
everyone's so cute and wonderful.
Mhm. And then there's a reality.
And then the reality of like, just processing and
Yeah.
feelings. And it's just like, why?
Because, of course, you think about, this little black girl and this little black boy, and they're brought into this white family. And I think of Caitlin, though, like, I didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm good over here.
Yeah.
Why would you do that to
Yeah.
me? Not even understanding what happens when kids live in foster care or they're in the wrong foster placement.
Right.
The horrible, horrible things that happen.
Right.
But as a child, that's not your concern.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be placed on you as a child to say, I'm going to make this your responsibility, because we're going to bring in not one, but 2 black kids, and both of them have medical issues, and we don't know what the heck we're doing, but we're going to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so now this little kid's going, whoa, excuse me. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
What about me?
Yeah.
And so navigating that, though.
And I will say too, and this is for all parents, and this is a universal thread too. It's like, and this is something that we've been really talking about probably for the past 2 years, is there seems to be, at least in my life growing up, there's always, it seems like there could be one kid that monopolizes things sometimes.
Yes, for sure.
And I'm sensitive towards that.
Yes.
And I can look back and be like, oh, like, is the reason why I was the kid that never was the goody two shoe, never wanted to get in trouble, all that stuff, was because my sister was sick and my parents had so much stress that I knew, you sit in this seat and do this so they can navigate that. And I've just had those realizations probably within the past year.
Yeah.
And I can see that with our family. It's like mom and dad are so focused on this that I have to this is my role.
Yeah.
I have been given this role now to just be the A student, polite, quiet, clean, da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
And I've had to go to Cademan and say, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
And again, speaking it out, like maybe he's had these thoughts and I just have to say it.
Sure.
And one, I remember, I hope I always remember it because it was just so life-giving and like real. But I remember saying to Cademan, like, I'm really sorry that 90% of my parenting was never really directed to you.
Wow.
And I said, and I realized by doing that, you had to be the perfect kid, the right kid, the easy kid. And I was like, and that's a lot of pressure on you
to carry.
And then I don't know what else I was going to say, but he stopped me and he said, and forgive me, but he said, because there can only be one asshole in the family. And I said, yeah. And I get that as growing up in my family, and it was just like, but I think we both got it. We both were like, I see you. And I think he's like, I hear you. And like, I hope he's just like, thank you, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
That is so powerful because again, he's speaking his truth. You feel like, oh my gosh, I failed my son.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And all of them. I don't have the capacity
but
sometimes.
Honey,
I know.
Listen, we raised 7 in our blended. And I failed each of them. And 2 are angels now. Thank God I made it right before they left this earth. And so the intentionality behind the Apology Podcast is all about ownership of the life you want.
Yeah.
Not outsourcing that to anyone for any reason. Learn what you don't know. Release what is breaking you. And enlarge your capacity for who you want to become. That is a personal decision that is so rewarding and so freeing. And like you said earlier, and understand this truth. No one will be able to give you or love you enough until you embrace that you have work to do and that you are lovable while you're becoming.
I need to hear that every day. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And that's probably, I wish that somebody was able to tell me that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of like what you said, what would you tell adoptive parents?
Tell it to yourself, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speak
I know.
those words to yourself.
Yeah.
Embrace yourself.
Yeah.
So that as the ebbs and flows happen, you're still chosen.
Yeah.
You're still the right person for the job.
Yeah.
As you become. Because every parent, biological or not, has failed their children or their child. Every last one. And every one of us who have been failed by a parent have decisions to make so that our wholeness and our wellness comes to fruition because of how we live and how we decide about ourselves for ourselves. We no longer outsource someone coming to get us, coming to save us, because sometimes even with the apology, it's not enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
And so, do we really need it? No.
I know.
We don't.
Yeah.
When you choose you, when you say, you know what, Teresa, you did the best you could with the information you had. You grew, you learned, you failed, you got back up again. That is called humanity.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. You and your husband for seeing those babies as just that.
Yeah.
As human beings. And doing the best you could with what you had, even now. But give yourself some grace.
Yeah. Thank you.
Because you removed those children from situations that God knows what could have happened.
Yeah.
I hear too many stories.
Yeah.
I have clients who share some of the most vile and egregious things that have happened in foster placement. But when you become an adult, you have a responsibility to yourself. You may not have been taught this, but I'm teaching it now. Mm-hmm. That's why I do what I do. Yeah. That's why I have this podcast. That is why I speak on stages. That's why I do corporate trainings. That's why I do group coaching, because I am speaking to people language they've never heard.
Yeah.
You get to decide from here how you're going to live.
Yeah. And I need to hear that because now, like I said, they're turning 20.
Yes.
And they are all doing so well and being independent. And my heart is now walking around, and I'm just, it's like, okay, it's another layer of like, who am I?
Yes.
What is my role
becoming,
as a mom? Just
this is the new becoming.
Yes.
This is the, in 3 more years, 5 more years, if they get married and have children, that's another becoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Constant evolving, growing, letting go.
Yes. Because if it's hurting you and you're keeping it, there cannot be blame for who dropped you before.
Yeah.
Because now you're doing harm to self.
Yeah.
And you're very aware of it.
Right.
So if you're aware that these memories and these triggers or what have you are very damaging, learn how to make them leave. Mm-hmm. And when they come up, They are reframed.
Yes.
You're not going to continue to damage yourself.
Yes.
Now you're going to be coached, or you're going to be in therapy,
Yes.
and you're going to reframe those particular thoughts
Yeah.
for healing forward.
Yes. Yes. I call it popping the bubble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Another thing. You think you hear this voice. Well, you do. You hear this negative voice.
Yeah.
And through therapy, one of the greatest things was my therapist was like, every time you hear that voice, you imagine it a bubble and you pop it.
Yeah.
Literally, you would see me walking, doing anything, and I would look like a crazy person. And I'm like, no. And I would just pop it. Yeah. And I'm like, no, this is not true. You know? And the more consistent you were able to just say no,
Yeah.
it went away.
Yeah. Yeah. I do an exercise called chasing down the dog.
Okay.
And chasing down the dog is very similar, except that thing will not go away.
Okay.
It is relentlessly coming up on you, and it comes quickly. And it makes you feel, I mean, your heart starts palpitating, you know, you get sweaty palms, or you feel like you need to do something, you know, you need to run or whatever. That is where you stand. You take a deep breath, you regulate, and then you decide what's the truth.
Yeah.
What happened 20 years ago is not happening in this moment. So why am I allowing that amount of power and emotion to come up on me now to take me over?
Right.
That dog is like that pit bull just coming at you, okay? But your thought and reframing it is like a taser. Take it out.
Yeah. That's good.
Take it out. Get it off of you, because that is not it.
It's not true.
Not only is it not true, okay, it does not apply here.
Yeah. Yeah.
It may be factual for history, but for my present life, there's no bearing except what I give it.
Yeah.
The emotion I attach to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So have a taser.
I love that. I love that.
Have a taser. That taser is the reframe. Yes, it is factual information. That did happen. But is that the truth right now?
Right.
Absolutely not.
Right. I love that.
Absolutely not.
I love that.
So you can bark from the fence, honey, but don't come up on me, because I'm fly over here, and I got some information, and I got some teaching, and I got some understanding.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be free over here as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Of course. Of course. Thank you.
I am grateful for the work you're doing and helping all the helpers. And I believe in you 1,000%.
Thank you.
Wholeheartedly appreciate you so much, not just for being an entrepreneur, not just for being an amazing human being, but because there is what I would call a unification that should be happening between human beings. Yeah. And you're an agent of that.
Well, thank you. And what you're doing is amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Life-changing.
Thank you. Thank you. Same to you.
Life-changing.
So I only speak blessings
Thank you.
over your 3 children.
Yes.
and all the things that they're going to navigate, and that they begin to choose peace.
Yeah, absolutely.
Over everything.
Yes.
Over everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. It may be real cool one day to maybe have all of you guys come in.
Yeah.
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 That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
very
so
much.
much for being here. Absolutely.